Hello, folks. Eric Levy here. You watch my YouTube vlog. My vlog is where my mental oddball shenanigans are coming from my brain, but there are sentimental things that come from the heart. But this is EML77 TV. This is episode 646, May 30th, 2020, 7:48 p.m. What's going on, everybody? On the last episode, which I did, was it 10 minutes ago now? 15 minutes ago? I have decided to play some Pressure Luck on the Wii to get myself geared up, geeked up, and revved up and ready to go for tomorrow night's second season premiere of Pressure Luck on ABC 9, 8 Central. Check your local listings for channel, time, all that good stuff if you're living in a different time zone than the Eastern time zone, like I am. So, if you want to know my thoughts of what's been going on, I'm gonna say I get two words, no comment, because I'll tell you why. If I say something, I'm gonna get trashed for it. So I'm gonna keep my opinions to myself on the new situation, on what's been going on, and I know what's been going on. It's sad, and it's sad it can't, it's sad, it may compound a lot of things and a lot of problems. And all I can say is the year 2020 has been not so nice, and if we're going to have the second half of 2000, all I can say is, the year 2020 has not been so nice. If we're going to have a better 2020 in the second half of it, from June to December, it's going to be up to us to really do something, And, I know there's lots of conspiracies. Everybody's throwing on their tinfoil hats of what's been going on. What do they think of this? What do they think of that? What do they think of the president? What do they think of this? And I'm not going to get into all that in detail. I'm trying to entertain people, and that's what I'm going to do. And that's what I'm going to try and do in the last few episodes of my vlog. A lot of game show gameplays. Like I said, a little Strike It Rich, a little bit of Joker's Wild, Bullseye, Tic-Tac-Toe, Card Sharks, High Rollers, and we'll be doing more of that. And I got a new headset, and I'm feeling with the funky flow, baby. How do we do this? I don't know, but one thing's for sure. Eric Lima is in the hizzle for shizzle. Y'all doing this like Brutus, because I ain't new to this. As you can tell, we're towards the end of May, and I'll tell you one thing right now. I got to tell you, May's been, like I said, a lot of ups and downs for me and my family. We ended up, the big high was the birth of my nephew, John James Alexander, named after my brother-in-law's grandfather, which is a huge thing, is a huge honor, and he wanted to honor his grandfather. That's how much you love somebody in your family. So when you look up to that person, you want to name your child after them, and that's probably a good thing to do. I made a joke about it to my mother one time. I said, hey, at least they didn't name him John Jacob, or else we'll be singing that crazy song, and that poor kid's going to be tortured. He probably doesn't know what it means, but because that song was like huge. John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt, His name is my name too. Whenever we go out, people always shout, John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt, da-da-da-da-da-da. No, but John James is better. John James, and it reminds me, John James was the, if I gotta look it up, because I believe the name John James, if I'm not mistaken, was the original lead singer of the Newsboys. It was the first, John James was the, now I'm looking at John. It's by two young men, Peter Furler and Judge Perdickus. Sunshine Coast. Furler's best friend John James and bassist Sean Taylor. I see. They were supposed to be called the News, but they changed it to the Newsboys to avoid conflict. We should call them the Good News. And then you got the gospel to deal with. So, I see. Okay. 1992. They didn't get mentioned. They didn't gain notice in the Christian music scene until 1992. Not Ashamed, which I have the CD for. Steve Taylor. Yeah, yeah, John James. Yeah. Mm. Wow. In late '97, James announced John. That's why he left to do a preaching ministry. But in 2007, he revealed the actual reason was due to drug and alcohol condition. Oh my. Mm. I didn't think that 10 years you would tell that 10 years from now. So step up to the microphone. I love that one. Yeah, but then Michael Tate, former DC Talk member, joined the group. Unbelievable, huh? Yeah, yeah. So John James Alexander, uh, yeah, that's my nephew's name. Believe it or not. Um, so that's going to be very interesting. But we all call him JJ. My dad likes the name, so he calls him JJ. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't even notice this. I gotta talk to Mom about that. My mother about that. And we loved it. We did some Newsboys song as members of the music ministry and all that. So I thought that was interesting, and I didn't realize. I forgot. I knew the name John James sounded familiar. I said, "Where did I heard that name before?" And then I realized, hey, he used to be one of the original lead singers on the Newsboys. Anywho, let's dive into what happened last night on SmackDown. SmackDown kicked off with a huge car accident, a huge accident that happened outside the Performance Center. As you know, because of the pandemic that has happened in most of the WWE events, in fact, all the WWE shows from March on until now, so far, have been in the Performance Center. And they're starting to get people in by using the students of the Performance Center talent that were in there as audience members, which is really cool. I like that idea. So it started off with it was wow. A car came and rammed a sign. Elias was out cold, and I remember. And Braun Strowman was the only witness. As the car came down, don't know who was driving it. He said a car hit, and I saw Elias on the ground and everything else. And so Braun Strowman called 911. And so the police were checking out the car, and the car was registered under Jeff Hardy's name. I'm like, oh no, come on, they're not gonna do this, right? After all the guy's been through, right? So they were about to go find Jeff Hardy, and Jeff Hardy was like groggy, laying out. I don't know, he got beat up or something like that. And the police took him into custody. Jamie Noble says it's gonna be all right. Just do everything, do what they say, you'll be fine. So they did that, and boom. So they arrested him, put him in the cop car, took him away. Elias was taken away to the ambulance, and then some of the superstars that remained, they were arguing with Adam Pearce, who was one of the officials. He said, "Hey, what we got to do?" Adam Pearce says, "We got a situation here. Jeff Hardy's been arrested," and they all, Sheamus mocked. He said, "Oh, I'm not surprised one bit at all." And then I'm lost. Okay. Then my brain farted. This is gonna be that's like an air. And then they said, and then he said, Elias is taken to the hospital. So we got to do something about this Intercontinental title situation. What do you think you should do? And then all of a sudden, AJ Styles says, "Hey, me and Daniel Bryan in the finals. Let's get it on, right?" He liked the idea, but Daniel Bryan says, "Wait a minute. I want to earn my way to an Intercontinental title shot, to an Intercontinental Championship matchup." So. And AJ, who just came back to SmackDown in a trade, and Adam Pearce says, "It's up to you, AJ. What do you want to do?" You know what? I'm taking my bye. I'm going to the final round. I'm taking my bye and going to the finals. That's fine. So they said, well, why don't we do this? And they were like, okay, listen, and let me take the shot. Everybody's saying, I want in on the match. I'll face Daniel Bryan. So Adam Pearce says, okay, Battle Royal. Whoever wins faces Daniel Bryan later tonight, and whoever wins that match against Daniel Bryan, and whoever wins that match will face Daniel Bryan, and whoever wins the match between Daniel Bryan and the winner of that Battle Royal will get a shot at the Intercontinental title in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks' time. That's against AJ Styles. That's fine. Well, match happened, and Sheamus won the Battle Royal. and it seems like another feud. Gable was going after Cesaro, and then because Cesaro illegally threw him out after Cesaro got eliminated because they were too busy with Shinsuke Nakamura, who was tossed out. So, and Cesaro was eliminated earlier on. So those two are feuding, and Gable picked up the victory over Cesaro. Sonya Deville was running her mouth about blonde women, and Lacey Evans stepped up, and the two were counted out after they brawled in their matchup. And then they had a team championship summit with the women's tag team champions Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross on the Moment of Bliss with the New Day. Bayley and Sasha Banks came out. Bayley says, "Hey, Sasha should face you." Sasha beat Alexa Bliss thanks to Bayley's interference and everything else. And so this next Friday night on SmackDown, the women's tag team titles on the line is Bayley and Sasha Banks, the former inaugural champions, will challenge Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. So this ought to be very interesting, to say the least, in that matchup. And then the main event happened, the match between Sheamus and Daniel Bryan. And Sheamus was in control, about to finish Daniel Bryan off. Jeff Hardy comes down, and I'm like, how'd he get out? And all that good stuff. And all of a sudden, Sheamus was distracted. Daniel Bryan hit him with a running knee. 1, 2, 3. It'll be Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles, which will be a heck of a matchup for the Intercontinental title. I think both of them evenly matched up, and we're going to see who has, I think AJ Styles has the advantage in experience in the matchup. I think he's got a couple of years experience on Daniel Bryan. You know what? I want to look up AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan. I want to, go back to AJ Styles. Okay, I've always who was known as Alan Neil Jones, and AJ probably is Alan Jones, which is pretty cool. Okay, 42, debuted 1998. 1998. Let's see if I can. 1998, and he. 1998, and let's see. Okay, 1998. So, cool thing on AJ Styles I like about it, he's a devout Christian. Praise the Lord. Okay, Daniel Bryan. So Daniel Bryan started. So AJ Styles started in 1998. Daniel Bryan. Okay, they're both close because Daniel Bryan started having wrestling experience since 1999. So you talk about this. They are both evenly matched. That's my opinion. It will be a heck of a matchup. I can't wait. And AJ Styles flies around more than Daniel Bryan does. So I think the only way to beat AJ Styles is that Daniel Bryan will have to use his ground attack and keep him grounded. So I think once you have that going. But then again, AJ Styles is old enough. He probably couldn't do the high flying stuff if that was going to be a last resort in that matchup. So I don't know who you guys want to win in that matchup, AJ Styles or I like to see AJ Styles be the Intercontinental Champion. It'd be really cool. Even though I like Daniel Bryan, respect him and what he does in the ring is so well. And he's really improved his skills ever since he paired up with Drew Gulak. I say that if Daniel Bryan does not win the Intercontinental title against AJ Styles, I think since Drew Gulak is re-signed with the WWE, him and Gulak should form a tag team, and that would be and be part of the SmackDown tag team division. That would be totally awesome. And then in 2 weeks, 2 weeks or was it 1 week or 2 weeks? The NXT Interim Cruiserweight title match has been set. It will be Drake Maverick to go one-on-one with El Hijo del Fantasma for that title. Now, we've heard that Drake Maverick's been released by the company, but then again, if the WWE can re-sign Drew Gulak, they could re-sign Drake Maverick if that's the case. And if Drake Maverick wins the belt, then then there could be a sign that they'll resign him and all that. Um, but if Phantasma wins the title, we'll see what happens. Or and it is so the WWE is getting more, a lot more interesting. We come to find out that the Buckle Bomb has been banned by the WWE, which is good. The Buckle Bomb is a very dangerous move, anyways. And a lot of people saying that Nia Jax is the reason why, because she tried doing Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane is a small young lady. She's 5'1". Well, Nia Jax is a lot bigger than her, and it's like, Nia's got to be a little bit more careful, And I think she needs to get back to the drawing board as far as, wrestling is concerned. Because I'll tell you one thing, a lot of people complain that she's botching it and everything up, and we'll see what happens. I'm totally concerned about, about Kairi Sane. Hopefully she'll be all right, and we'll see what happens. So it'll be very, very interesting. I'm looking forward to NXT Takeover's WWE In Your House special. Can't wait. It looks like another match has been added to the card as Johnny Gargano to challenge Keith Lee for the North American Championship. So that'll be very interesting to see. I thought Mia Yim and Candice LeRae will go at it In Your House, but he decided, well, we're not going to wait till then. We'll wait till the Wednesday. So that could Wednesday NXT before WWE in your NXT Takeover WWE In Your House. So that would be very interesting to say the least. So we'll see what happens. I mean, there was supposed to be another Japanese female wrestling superstar to come into the WWE. But what they did sign her in February, but this is before the pandemic lockdown had happened, travel bans and issues. Unfortunately, it's screwed up a lot of storylines. Like Jordan Devlin is technically the NXT Cruiserweight champion, but because of the pandemic and the travel ban, he can't defend the title. That's why the tournament is going on, and we down to Drake Maverick and El Hijo del Fantasma. And once this whole thing started to be lifted and all that, and with the protests and riots going on, it makes things worse. And I think people just don't care about the pandemic anymore. I think people are starting to go crazy in this world. And I was like, and I'm surprised that, one thing I'm very shocked at is New Bedford not doing riots and all that. And because we live in a really crime-riddled city, to be honest with you. And, isn't that bad? It's not affecting us as me and my family, per se, but it's affecting the city as a whole, though. But it's really hurting the city. But I don't know. We're a multicultural city, and it's amazing. And we have no issues with anyone. So I expected, sirens going off and everything else going off, and I'm very, very surprised. So and plus probably the city's probably not having a big, huge economy to the point where, and probably they wouldn't bother because everything's canceled and closed down. I mean, just cancel, postpone, close down, whatever. Anyways. Getting back to the Cruiserweight title situation, Jordan Devlin is the champion. So once this whole thing the travel ban's been lifted of the pandemic and all, I see Jordan Devlin facing either one of the two people to become Cruiserweight champion. And so it'll be very interesting to see what happens. NXT UK right now, Kaylee Ray's the NXT UK Women's Champion. And I think they should do some shows up there as well. With the PC people up there and all that. And we'll see what the WWE will plan to do in NXT UK. And obviously, honestly, and obviously, no one saw this coming, and unfortunately, and that's the way it is. Anyways, also, the 24/7 title, Rob Gronkowski right now is the longest reigning 24/7 champion. For a guy outside the WWE, that's the first time this has ever happened that a guy outside the WWE, even though signed a contract with them, from another sport, football, which he signed up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, is the longest reigning 24/7 champion. Our troops got to figure out some way, somehow, to outsmart, if Gronk has a posse, which I know he does, he's got to. I mean, he has to. So our troops got to do some very quick, slick thinking. He's not thinking goofy, And when it comes to titles, I think our truth will get serious, and that's going to be crazy enough to say the least. So we'll see what happens. I know he wants to be 24/7 champion again, get that title back to the WWE instead of leaving it in the hands of an NFL player like Rob Gronkowski. We'll find out what's going on in that situation pretty soon. We have a new United States champion, Apollo Crews. This past Monday night, he defeated Andrade. Boy, Zelina Vega and her men seem to be at a fallout because you turn your back on Austin Theory. This is what happens when you let one of your guys go. That person could have been an asset, and he jumps. And Austin Theory now aligns himself with Seth Rollins, which is huge, because that will help Austin Theory out because he's aligned himself with a Grand Slam champion in Rollins. And then you lose the United States title to Apollo Crews. So Apollo Crews issued an open challenge. He says he'll defend it against an opponent of his choosing. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens in that matchup. So I'm really excited about it. Let's see what else. So the women's division is now dominated by Asuka. She's the Raw Women's Champion, Women's Grand Slam champion for second time that she's pulled. This is the second woman to pull that off. Bayley was the first, but the only difference is she won the inaugural Women's Royal Rumble. Bayley did not, so that's going to be something that Bayley needs to work on if she wants. So Asuka accomplished a little bit more than Bayley has done. So right now, Bayley's SmackDown Women's Champion. I think you're going to see her and Sasha Banks collide at SummerSlam. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. I think the Women's Tag Team Championship will be up for grabs. We're going to get the Iconics breathing down the necks of Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. So it'll be very interesting to see how it develops. Because wait a minute. I just realized the Iconics are challenging Alexa and Nikki this Monday Night on Raw. This presents something very interesting. If the Iconics beat Alexa and Nikki, you're going to see them facing Sasha Banks and Bayley. But if the Iconics lose again, I think you're going to see, I'm hoping, and I pray this does not happen because I love them. They're very entertaining. They're funny. They're funny when they get together, and this could break up the Iconics. I hope it doesn't happen. I'm hoping that the Iconics stay together as a team, and I know they've been best friends since high school, so they're very entertaining. You talk about entertaining tag teams, you think of the Rock and Sock Connection, the New Day, D-Generation X, you get the Street Profits, and the Iconics are right up there. Even the Kabuki Warriors are entertaining, even though I don't understand a word they're saying in Japanese, but they're very entertaining. And I think they brought a lot of smiles on people's faces and makes us laugh. So the Iconics are right up there. So if the Iconics win the belts, they're going to have to defend against Sasha Banks and Bayley. Or they'll have Alexa and Nikki fight Sasha Banks and Bayley in a tag match. We'll see what happens. Could be a regular tag match, and then the Iconics will probably, we'll see what happens. And a very interesting situation. The documentary, The Last Ride of The Undertaker, shows a real, peeling back the curtains of the persona of The Undertaker, the character Mark Calloway portrays, and opened up a lot of eyes. So, a lot of people respect. This is why people respect The Undertaker, and this is why, because he's been the ultimate professional, and he's the type of guy that people, will look up to pick brains and all that. And so it'll be very interesting to see what happens. And I'll tell you one thing right now. A lot of crazy stuff going on in the world, but, the WWE and AEW. We have a new AEW Women's Champion, Hikaru Shida. I think I said that before. I talked about the the Stadium Stampede matchup, which I think is still hilarious. High octane hilarious. It's funny. It's funny. What is funny? What? It is a funny thing. It is a funny thing, man. It's a funny thing if you wheel Dr. Rose, So, Cody Rhodes is now the first TNT champion. Who he's defending against? He was defending against Jungle Boy Jack Perry, who is the son of the late Luke Perry. I'll tell you what, it's been a crazy year. It's been a crazy year, man. So, yeah, lots going on in wrestling, and they had Hana Kimura's funeral today, and we should remember her for her great wrestling skills, for entertainment, entertainment skills and all that. And we would I want to send my condolences and prayers to the family and friends and colleagues of Hanakamura. So, and also family, friends, and colleagues of Shad Gaspard as well. Because we lost, he was. Crime Time was another tag team that was entertaining. So, don't break up the Iconics. I love the Iconics. They're funny. Oh, Iconic! They're funny. I love them. And they're beautiful. Anyways, I count. See, this is so liberating. This new headset is so liberating. I don't have to worry about, yanking the wires and all that good stuff and everything else in between. So that's it. That's all the time I have on this crazy show. I know there's lots going on in the world, lots going on in our country, lots going on here in my life, and just it's been a one whirlwind year. So it's been a crazy year, and I don't know what's going to happen next or anything like that, and how things are going to get worse and all that. And sometimes in order to get through heaven, you have to go through hell. That's I think I've heard that said before. But anyways, so I had to look up a lot of stuff. Anyways, I'm just really excited that it's a lot of things are happening. And praise God, I'm good and I'm ready to go. Also, another praise report. I like to do a little testimony. I know my brother-in-law, who we had not spoken to in 2 years. Since the fallout with my sister Cora, ended up texting my mother or father and said, "Hey, this is what's going on." But my mother says that he's more than welcome to come over and be with us, and because it was not him that so and we loved my brother-in-law. So Brandon, you're more than welcome. And he says he'll try to make an effort to do so and get the kids and everything else. So keep the Haskell family in your prayers because they're going through a lot, and it's gotten to the point where a divorce is pending, and that's not a good thing at all. So it's an easy, you want something good to come out of that situation, and just sometimes things are not the way you want it to be. So it is what it is. So keep that Haskell family in your prayers. I'm keeping them in my prayers. I love them, and I pray that whatever my sister's going through right now, I pray that she comes to her senses one day. Doesn't have to be right away. I'm hoping that she's venturing into a world that we never thought she would venture into. To be honest with you, and and I don't know if she's doing it despite us or what, and she's upset with us for some reason. I don't know. I felt like saying, what did we do to her? What did we do? I really don't know, and I don't understand because we're always a family. We always love each other, and that's the way. And we were brought up to love one another, And for her to be like this towards all of us, it's like, what did we do? I'm sure my brother-in-law does not understand it either, because we've been a family that's been looking out. My parents have looked out for my sister for years, and for this, my sister Cora, but for this to happen, and she decided, well, she's gonna cut her hair and look like a boy, and then all of a sudden she basically lost a lot of weight and works at Walgreens, changes her name, and now basically she wants to go out on a date with a girl. And I don't know. I know I'm old school in my way of thinking sometimes, but I really don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Sad state of affairs. But keep my family in your prayers. Like I said, we've been through a lot. We've been through a lot this month. The high was the birth of my nephew, John James Alexander. The low was putting our family dog down because he had a cancerous mass in his body, and my mother, it broke her heart to do this, and she loved that dog, Reese's was a wonderful dog to be around, a joy. I remember getting him back in 2012. I was really excited and trying to help him. I remember trying to be one of the ones to help him get acclimated to our home. And we had our cat Sunfire at the time, and the two end up playing around, going at it, and all that, saying I'm the king of the castle. And who would have thought, I don't think he was ever the same after one of my sister's dogs attacked him because she was trying to protect the baby, something of the babies, Bray Lynn's thing. So, dogs are very protective, and our dog went right near, and that was it. And so I honestly do not think that, so it's, difficulties. Can't live with them, can't live without them, unfortunately. And sometimes these challenges have been put on our lives just to test our characters, to see where we stand and all that. But I praise God that I'm okay. I'm thankful that I'm all right. And, I have not been working in about 2 months now, so this is going to be a very interesting situation if and when we get back to work. So if not, I may have to look for another job, and because the malls, like I say, Pier 1 Imports is closing, so you got that going. So everything's tough right now, but you know what? When the going gets tough, the tough get going. And we're tough. We're gonna get going. So I gotta get going out of here because I gotta go to the bathroom for 1, 2. Right, TMI, Eric. Sorry about that. And it's 8:20, May 30th, 2020. So I'll see you guys on the next episode, 647, and I will see you then. Okay? Remember, press your luck. Tomorrow, 9, 8 Central on ABC. Check your local listings for time and channel. And we'll see you. Bye.